Everybody's leaving. The vegan Kira, what did they say?
Oh my god, there's someone in the vegan server that just fucking hates me. It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, for no reason.
Oh, well, fuck them.
Oh. Exactly. And we're live with Alfie and Aimee.
We've been live. I started it with talking shit because that's always fun. What's up, guys? I saw Avengers Infinity War yesterday, and Aimee saw it like 2 days ago, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, let me just stop this. I have Tupac in my ear. All right, I'm good now.
Tupac in my ear.
My gang name is Two Pistols.
Two Pistols. Oh, God.
Hi, Gangle. Long time no see.
What did you think of the movie?
First of all, just looking at it made me cry. Firstly, just looking at it made me cry. It was so good. Marvel is doing everything that I want to see a superhero movie do. It's like, it just feels like it's a live action comic book, which is my favorite thing about it. And I just felt that it was really well put together, this one. I loved how Thanos looked. Even though he kind of looked like Homer Simpson, he's so fucking cool looking. I love the gauntlet. I love Tony Stark in this. I love the interaction between Strange and Stark, and then Spider-Man. He's just kind of there. Thor was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
he was my
for
favorite.
Me, Thor stole the show. He was definitely like the best character in it.
I agree.
His plot and every scene with him was just great.
And his relationship with Rocket Raccoon Rabbit was so good. Like, I love
the scene where he calls Groot Tree. He introduces that. I forgot who he introduces them to, and he's like, "These are my friends, Rabbit and Tree," or something like that. He says.
Yes, I remember that.
But he knew. Oh, I found it so funny that he knew Groot's language. He said it was an electorate in his school when he was growing up.
I really loved also it was really funny.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It's not like they were trying too hard or it wasn't funny enough. It was like a good balance.
Yeah, it was just funny, like casual conversation, like it was.
Yeah.
It was realistic funny. That's what's good about it.
Yes, that's what I liked about it.
And they did a good job of blending the Guardians of the Galaxy humor into the Avengers.
They did.
Like mood or whatever you want to call it.
Oh my God, deuces, Marino.
What about John Solo? Deuces.
John Solo. So, who were you most upset about dying?
Everyone.
Yeah, it did kind of suck. It did kind of suck. I wasn't expecting that.
It
kind of was, but I wasn't expecting the superheroes to go.
Oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen because he was going to wipe out half the living beings in the universe. So I knew some superheroes were going to have to go. We were talking about how they changed his motivation. I was talking to you about it.
Yeah, can you tell me about that? Because I'm not too familiar with the story anymore. I used to be into it like 3-4 years ago, like when the movies first started coming out. But now I'm not quite sure. So tell me about that.
So in the comics, Thanos basically grew up being obsessed with death. But in the comics, like cosmic forces have like living embodiments. So like chaos and order, those have like living embodiments and something. They're like cosmic beings, and they keep the balance of those things. So death is one. She has a living embodiment. So Thanos's whole motivation is to get her attention because she doesn't, and he basically can't die because she's refused him. So so he can't die, and that's one of his main motivations, is to get her attention because he's in love with her and stuff.
I see. So
wiping out half the universe was like a tribute to her,
Yeah. So for a minute, what I totally thought was that Hela, like as soon as you said he's in love with death, I thought you were talking about Hela, right? The goddess of death thing. Because I remember she died in Ragnarok. She was done.
Yeah. We thought me and my friend were like, yo, they might bring in Hela as death because it would be too much to try to introduce death as the living embodiment of the of the universal concept of death. In one movie, like it just won't work. So I thought since Hela was already introduced, they might use her, but they just changed his motivation, which was fine because I kind of liked his motivation in the movie.
So is death just some like amorphous force that they refer to, do you think? Or do you think she'll actually make an appearance? Like, is she...
No, they're not going to put her in the movies.
Okay.
They changed his motivation completely. Now it's just that he does it for the sake of balancing the universe.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing in there.
I was reading this article by, of course, it was like Polygon or something. But they were saying that there's a plot hole in that because they're like, why, if he really cared about the life, why wouldn't he have just doubled the resources?
Yeah, why wouldn't he have?
Well, I think that would just continue the same problem, right? If you double the resources, then the birth rate.
The people will get more anyways.
Will go to match that, right? And then it would be overpopulation problems again. So either way.
Yeah, that was... for me, the big tie together was the post-credit scene. I was like, fuck, what's gonna happen now?
Oh, with
Miss Marvel? Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm excited for her movie.
So excited. It looks good.
Marvel. She was always one of my favorites.
Me too. But they're using a different kind of I guess the outfit and the costumes, I mean the costume in the comics was a bit different because I was imagining her to be in the black costume with the lightning bolt. But
the one with the skirt?
No skirt. It looks like Wonder Woman's, but it's all black and just has a... Maybe I'm confusing her with somebody else.
Might be confusing her with someone else. I'm like, what character? When did she have?
Hold on, let me look it up.
She had one with oh no, it wasn't a skirt. You're right though. It had like a sash and a lightning bolt in the middle.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, she hasn't had that costume in a long time.
Oh, but it's the best one. They should have used
that. That was a traditional costume.
Who's the girl they used? You know?
I don't know that actress. I mean, she doesn't look bad as Captain Marvel. I'm hoping they do a good job. I don't know how she's going to get her powers because originally in the Marvel comics there was an original Captain Marvel, and she got powers that matched his, and she was like his sidekick or something. But then he died, and then she took over, but she was just called Miss Marvel for a long time. And then Rogue stole her powers, so Rogue had her powers, and she didn't have any powers. And she was in X-Men comics, just like kind of like a liaison. And then she got trapped in space and gained some new powers, and that's when she eventually came back to Earth, got her powers back. Rogue doesn't have her powers anymore, and then she became the new Captain Marvel, changed her name.
Okay,
Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel.
So what we had happen was Vision was taken to Wakanda to get that Infinity Stone removed from his head, right?
Yeah.
That guy's sister was working on it. They weren't able to do it. He turned back time and took it anyway, right?
Oh yeah, I knew that was gonna come. I was like, yeah. Got the time stone. Like,
so here's another weird question: before Doctor Strange just gave up that time stone, do you think he was able to do something where the clock would turn back?
No, you know what I know. What I think happened. You want to know what I think happened? I think Doctor Strange knew they needed Tony Stark to win in the end. Remember how he goes through every possible outcome? And then eventually he said that there was one where they win.
Yeah, and then that's why he spared Stark's life.
That's why he spared Stark's life by giving him the time stone, because he knew that was the only way it was going to work out. Every other way doesn't work.
Well, what else could he have done? He had all the other stones, right?
Yeah.
He's too powerful by that point.
Too powerful by that point. Already by the time he got the second power stone, they were saying he's the most powerful character in the universe now. Yeah. So now at that point he already had 4. So it was like, yeah, you're not doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're able to, if you're able to manipulate one part of the universe, that's enough. But then he got that reality stone. He was able to fuck shit up that way. Yeah. What was there? The reality, the time stone, the
power. I think power was the one he already had from the beginning.
Okay.
That was what it started with. And then he got the Mind Stone is the Vision had, right?
Yeah.
There was the Soul Stone. That was awesome when Red Skull.
The Soul Stone.
Like, what? That's Red Skull's been there this whole time since.
Yes. I was so fucking upset. Yeah, that was dope to see him. But then it was also crazy. I was like super shocked when he just like killed Gamora.
Oh yeah, he was like crying.
Thanos killed Gamora. Yeah, I was like, wow. What's happening?
That's what I liked about the change in his motivation, was it made him a lot more why is my screen black when I talk?
I don't know where the camera is.
I don't have an icon for some reason. But Oh, maybe because my camera's on. Yeah,
there you go.
It was on nothing. But I liked his motivation because it kind of humanized him, like in the comics, he's not as humanized. Like,
yeah, he's just a super being.
Yeah, he's just some evil dude. Another big change is Titan is the moon of Saturn. And in the comics, yeah, he's from a moon in Saturn, not from another planet in another solar system or anything.
Yeah, so they went there. That is where Stark and Spider-Man and Strange ended up, was on Titan, right? And then that's where he met them? Where wasn't that it? They were on Titan, yeah?
No, oh, yeah. When they met Thanos, but Titan was destroyed. It was all beat up. He started showing them using the reality gem what it looked like before. And that he had warned them that they needed to lower their populations or they wouldn't survive. And that's exactly what happened.
And then fucking Thor getting his new weapon. Oh,
the Stormbringer. Hell yeah, that thing was awesome. That scene was great when he threw the axe at him and the rainbow bridge was coming out of it while he was shooting the beam.
Yeah, he was like right in front of that fucking star, just shooting right through him, and he like nothing happened to him and he's fine. I think my other favorite part about that scene was when Groot made the handle for him.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, I love that.
The thing about Groot is he always tends to save the day, right? Every time, every movie, every Guardians of the Galaxy movie, like if it wasn't for Groot, they wouldn't have survived.
Yeah, I'm sad to see him go.
Yeah, he's gone too, but they'll be back. All the ones that died from him snapping his fingers will be back.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm guessing a hint is the upcoming movies, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, kill off. So there's gonna be another Spider-Man for sure, right? He'll be back.
Yeah.
Captain America, did he go?
What? No.
It was the original Avengers that were left, right? Hulk,
Captain
Stark,
America, Hulk, Thor. What's his name?
Stark.
Nebula's left. She lived.
Nebula. Which one's that?
Gamora's sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she survived. War Machine.
Oh hey, that was Scarlet Witch, right? That was in love with Vision.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, dude, am I thinking this is the wrong character? I could be.
I think Black Widow was left too, right? Or did she disappear?
I thought she disappeared. Wasn't she like under a rock or something? And she just like. Psh.
I don't remember now. I gotta watch it again. I might watch like the bootleg or something tonight just to watch it again. Isn't it funny that they used the midget actor guy to do the?
I liked it. He was big too.
Yeah, we were laughing because my friend that I went to go see it with, who was like, "Yo, what the fuck? He's a giant dwarf. Isn't that like an oxymoron?" But I was like, "Well, what if he's a dwarf to giants? So the rest of his race is like way bigger than him, right?"
Oh, Black Widow is still around. Thanks, David.
Oh,
I didn't know that. What is David doing?
I know, David. You want to come in and talk to us about this?
Yeah. What are you doing, bro? What you doing, man? Come hang out with us.
But I don't know if he's too busy. He's not gonna be able to make it. But
yeah, I don't know what's happening with him. He said he was working yesterday for a few hours, and I was like, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the gym then. And then you were like a little bit busy. There he is. David's ready. I don't know how you wanna send.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
DM him on Twitter, I guess. I could do it too if whatever's easier.
Whatever,
man.
Whatever.
I'm just really worn out. I had too much 2 pistols today.
I'll wore your ass out, bitch.
Come to North Carolina, I'll knock your ass out.
I'll wear your ass out.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck. My daddy on a beer store.
You guys talking shit about me on live stream.
That ain't surprising. All you do is talk shit about everybody. You fucking hoe.
All right, David. I sent the link.
How fun.
What else was really cool? What'd you think of Black Widow with blonde hair?
I like Scarlett Johansson, so I'm a bit biased. I thought it was kind of a weird change because she had the red hair, but whatever, right? I guess they wanted to do something different. Like, I don't know.
They kind of made this weird inference, and I don't know if it's true. Maybe I'm just looking into it, but it kind of like when she saw Bruce Banner again.
Yeah.
She's like, Bruce, oh my God. But then it kind of seemed like they're making it seem like she moved on and her and Captain America are together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that what's happening? I
think she's in between the two, to be honest.
Yeah. It kind of seemed like, it's been 2 years, so it kind of seems like she passed on, she moved on.
Yeah.
And hooked up with.
What was up with the Hulk not being able to Hulk and shit?
I think I know what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't figure it out.
No, I'm slow.
He's scared.
He's scared to be the... Oh, you know what? Because he got his ass beat in the beginning.
Yeah, and Hulk is strongest there is, and now he's not. So I think
he didn't want to get his ass beat again.
Yeah, his ego's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, I'm not coming out because he got his ass beat like really bad by Thanos.
He did, yeah, I remember.
Thanos didn't even break a sweat.
No.
So I seriously think that Hulk has the mind of like a child, and his ego just got bursted, right? He always talks about how he's the strongest there is. So.
Oh my God, that was so funny, that scene on that planet. First of all, what a great appearance by Jeff Goldblum. That was great. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, he was in Thor Ragnarok. Oh, you're talking about Ragnarok now, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, am I talking about Ragnarok? I am. I just mixed up the movies.
Oh yeah. So Aimee hadn't seen Thor Ragnarok, and we watched it like the day after she saw Infinity War. So,
now I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, that's why they're getting mixed up. But it's cool. Jeff Goldblum was great in Thor Ragnarok.
He was.
That movie was awesome, also, and it was also a really great way to go into this movie. Like it tied in well, and definitely cemented Thor as being like one of the best characters.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, that movie was great.
He looks better. Like, I love the glowing eyes, man, and all the thunder and shit. Yeah, looks so fucking badass. Yeah. Like, I love
that scene where he had to like sustain that blast from a collapsing star and shit to hold.
To get his weapon made.
Yeah, so they can melt down that metal or whatever it was.
The other thing was, like, Stark they're showing way more human elements of Stark than anything since the third one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he had that comment he said to Doctor Strange where he's like, I've been fucking worried. I haven't slept for 6 fucking years because I've worried about Thanos. And what did he say? It's burdensome to have knowledge, isn't it? Thanos said that to Stark. Oh, hey!
You guys completely missed the best part of the entire movie.
What's that?
But maybe we haven't gotten to it yet.
So in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, if you remember, Yondu and Rocket Raccoon were locked up, and they asked Groot to go bring all these things. And at a certain point, he brings back this dude's eye.
Yeah. Oh, the eye, like, asshole.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, like, that's not it, but leave that. We'll use it for later. That's the same eye that gets put to Thor.
That goes back to me saying that Groot saves everything. Groot is the savior of the universe. Like, he does shit without thinking, and it ends up fucking saving everybody.
So, by the way, I think that, and this spoilers, I guess, but
yeah, we've been spoiling it already.
Well, so I don't like really read the comics too much, but I read a lot of reviews of the comics. And some of the spoilers that have come out with the Russo brothers and Kevin Feige is that they said that the next movie is going to be a lot darker than this one.
Oh, damn. How do you get darker than wiping out half the universe?
Yeah. So there is a line of comics called Avengers Disassembled.
Yeah, I've read those.
And it's kind of like Civil War, but bigger.
Yeah, when they break.
So my prediction is the way that they are going to fix this is they are going to go back in time, because there's been a lot of release set photos where they're all back in the costumes that they were in the first movies that we saw them.
Wow.
And they're going to ruin all the relationships between all these people so that the Avengers never forms.
Whoa. I don't know.
And I think at the same point, I think Iron Man, Captain America, and at least another person will die.
Somebody's gonna die. Yeah, I was almost sure Stark was gonna die on this one when he got.
No, I think they're waiting.
But then it made sense to me when Doctor Strange gave up the time stone, because I was like, oh, you every possible outcome. So
yeah, and I completely agree with you when you said that the reason why he just gave the time stone so handily is that the only way to win the war was to lose that battle.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I don't know if you ever read Infinity Gauntlet, but like Thanos does lose the gauntlet in it to Nebula when he becomes way overconfident and he turns himself into a cosmic being.
Well, he kills himself kind of in order to court death.
Which leaves his body there with the gauntlet, and his spirit comes out as like some cosmic being, and then she just walks up and pulls it right off his hand. So that might be what Doctor Strange was seeing, like a future where he got overconfident, becomes a god, and then
I don't think the next Avengers is gonna spend that much time on Thanos, to be quite honest.
Really?
No.
I think it's going to be trying to defeat Thanos to get the gauntlet back.
Thanos is chilling though. Remember?
Exactly. You got to think. Thanos won. He did everything he wanted to do. He's just chilling, man.
Yeah, but they're going to have to. But there's still some left. They're going to have to go after him and try to get.
They are going to have to, yeah.
So they can reverse everything that's happening.
What do you think What do you think's next then? Tell us what you think.
Well, I said Avengers Disassembled. I think that's what it's going to be. I think
there's something missing that you're missing out, David.
What?
Adam Warlock.
Yeah. Well, so they haven't set that up much. I think if they're going to do that type of character, I think they're going to use Captain Marvel to pull it off.
No, but you don't remember the Cocoon in Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many little Easter eggs that you don't know what's an Easter egg and what's a setup. I
think it's a setup. I think Adam Warlock's going to come in and he's gonna be like the being that's alerted or something, or revives every time that.
Well, the being that was alerted at the end in the post-credit scenes.
Yeah, it was Captain
Marvel. Yeah, so
I don't see Captain Marvel beating Thanos on her own though. There's no.
Oh, why not?
She's nowhere near powerful enough to fight somebody with the Infinity Gauntlet. There's no way.
She's pretty. I mean, and they can scale.
I'm not saying she's not, but there's no way she's powerful enough to fight somebody with the Infinity Gauntlet. It's not gonna happen. Maybe combined might, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, you gotta
realize with the gems together, it's got to be something of the person being tricked, because he's got so much power, he can eradicate everything in a snap of a finger.
Well, I mean, so there's alternates here. Is that the Russo brothers said that they will be doing an Eternals movie?
Oh,
so that's very possible, and they've already introduced. They could have some sort of crossover. Well, they could have some sort of crossover between the Celestials and the Eternals.
Yeah,
because they've already introduced Grandmaster and the Collector.
Yeah, and they've introduced the Elders of the Universe, and they've introduced Celestials, so it's not going to be too difficult to bring in the Eternals, I guess.
And I don't think the Collector's dead.
No, I was bugging out about that because I was like, he killed an Elder of the Universe?
No.
So. Yeah. Well, Aimee, in the comics, Elders of the Universe are these beings. There's like 7 of them, and they're the last surviving species of each respective race, but they're like the original race that formed after the Big Bang. They're like the first races that formed, and they've already lived throughout.
Well, and at a certain point, all of
surviving members.
Well, and at a certain point too, all of these had an Infinity Stone.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, and they made a deal with death so they don't die. So I don't know how they're doing it in the comics. They seemed a lot more human in the comics, like Game Master and Collector seemed a lot more human than they do in the comics.
Well, you had their versions too, that they transform into those big things with like weird looking faces. Kind of looks like the original Destroyer in Thor 1.
What are they called? The Elders?
Oh yeah. Oh no, those are Celestials.
Yeah, we're talking about Celestials.
Oh, okay.
They the people in that planet. That the Game Master, he had those people in the armor and shit. Those armors are based on Celestials. They look
like. Well, and that was supposed to be the Easter egg.
Who's Galactus?
Galactus is the sole survivor of the last universe before ours. His universe collapsed. His universe collapsed, which caused our Big Bang, but he's the only survivor of that universe.
Oh.
Well, he was like a human as well.
Yeah, well, he was a human from that universe, yeah.
Yeah.
In surviving the universe, he did something that made him into like some cosmic being in this universe, and now he just goes around and eats planets.
The Celestials are a race of powerful Filipino metahumans.
Filipino?
Led by Shen Zorn. Is that Zorn? Shen Zorn. Celestial Comics. I put in the Marvel Universe Celestial.
No, that's wrong. That's something else. The Celestials are like these beings. Nobody really knows who they are. They're giant, and they create life and destroy.
A starfaring race of humanoid aliens who possess untold cosmic power. Oh, that's the one. Okay.
And they basically create life. And like Marvel Comics is kind of explained that people have superpowers because of them. And like the Inhuman, originally there's like all these other races that exist that's because of them. Like the Inhumans. The Inhumans are a race of like humans they took aside and made powerful, like gave them the ability to gain powers, and then hid them somewhere, and they grew up apart from humans.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna bring. And there was a TV show, but it failed.
The other part that they could do in Avengers 4 is set up like that secret society of the people who guard all the Infinity Gems.
Yeah, the Infinity Watch. That's Adam Warlock. Yeah. He's the main one, and he hands one to Drax and then Gamora, and then there's other characters that aren't in the movie. So I don't know. They probably won't introduce newer characters.
They could. To, like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they could go about it.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, was that movie not amazing?
Oh, it was so good.
It was genius. It was great.
My god. There's
not a bad second in that movie. Like
no, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It was really well paced. There was shit happening the whole time. It was quite enjoyable. I have to see Black Panther.
They really fit all the characters in there really well too. Like
they did.
Like with so many characters that somebody would get thrown aside, but it ended up being so well.
Oh, another best part. Hey, did you ever see that really old movie about aliens?
Yeah, that was great. And then they beat Obsidian Maw real easy with that. I was like, oh yeah, leave it to Peter Parker to figure out an easy way to beat them. Ebony Maw, sorry.
But yeah, no, and then no more pop culture references for you for the rest of this adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was great, man.
I like the Drax standing there while Gamora and Star-Lord were talking too, and they're like, "How long have you been there?"
About an hour.
They do so. Like, they've developed the formula, the Russo brothers and Kevin Feige, they have developed the formula for putting action, comedy, tragedy, like just running your body through the full spectrum of emotions in like a 2-hour period. By the way, they also talked about how long Avengers 4 was going to be, and they were straight up like, it's probably going to be longer than this one.
Wow, really?
It's going to be like 3.5 hours or something.
Dude, it's gonna need to be like Hindi movies where there's an intermission so you can take a pee in the middle.
They did that to me with the last Lord of the Rings movie. I went to go see it, and halfway through it was like intermission. I was like, oh.
Thank the Lord.
Well, so I forget who was talking. I think it was Collider was talking to the Russo brothers, and they're like, so where are you at? Like, do you have a rough cut? You know, like, how long is that? And they're like, oh, we don't really want to say. And he's like, okay, like, come on, like 3 hours, 4 hours. And he's like, okay, what we have right now, and I wouldn't even call it a rough cut because we haven't really finished doing all the scenes we want to do. It's 4 hours.
They finished, didn't they finish filming it? They filmed them back to back.
Yeah, you always do some, always have to go back and do some refilming though and stuff like that.
That's true. Good point.
But yeah, but they're straight up like, yeah, our rough cut, which isn't even a rough cut because there's still some things we want to do, is over 4 hours. So I think we're going to look at probably like a 2:45 to 3 hour long next movie.
Whoa.
Which is still isn't in like Peter Jackson territory, so I think we're good.
What?
Well, I'm excited because that it feels like my friend was saying they should have made this a 3-parter because it feels like there's gonna need to be so much. Like,
yeah, but I mean, already, do you really want to wait a year right now? Like, you're just like, I have to fucking wait a year.
I just want you guys to know that Thanos weighs 985 pounds according to the Marvel Universe website.
Well, Loki using the term, by the way, you forgot something. What? We have a Hulk.
Okay. We have a Hulk, yeah. That was a callback to the first Avengers.
Yep.
When Iron Man said that.
And then he squeezes his head. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Hulk was no match for Thanos.
Oh yeah, no, as soon as he
stopped,
I was
saying he can't turn back into Hulk because I think Hulk is scared.
So I think it's 2 reasons. I think that was a very convenient plot device. And I think the other part is that Thor Ragnarok was just so much Thor. I mean, not Thor, but Hulk and looking at Hulk and all that stuff that they wanted to give Mark Ruffalo some time.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Okay, so Thanos is an Eternal.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an Eternal.
He is one of the Eternals. Okay.
The Eternals of Titan, yeah. They're an offshoot. They're a group of Eternals that split off the others and made a life on Titan.
Okay.
He also has a dad and a brother. His brother was a big part of the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, but they took him out of this. Star Fox.
Endowing himself with cybernetic implants until he became more powerful than any of his brethren.
Yeah, and he tends to collect cosmic artifacts to like make himself stronger and shit. Which and then eventually led him to collecting the stones when he found out about them. But I already knew before I saw this movie. I was saying like a year ago that this movie was the first one was definitely going to be just him collecting the stones, and it was going to end. It was going to end with him collecting them all.
Well, I told my wife this, and I wouldn't say a year ago, but probably 6 months ago. I said the best way that they could possibly do this movie is have him collect all the stones, and then at some point you just see him do the snap, and then it's fade to black, because like everyone in the audience who is like a fucking nerd is going to be like,
yeah, they're going to know.
Holy shit!
Like,
what
dude, wiped out half the universe? Like what?
And everyone else is going to be like, I don't know what's going on, and then someone has, and then someone like next to him goes like, he just killed half the Avengers, half the universe, half of everything.
Yeah,
I actually think they did it better. Like the whole Spider-Man where he's like Mr. Stark, I don't feel good. I don't want to go. Yeah, like holy shit, dude. You're just like, what the fuck?
They totally appealed to our emotions there, right?
I really like that Spider-Man. I think he's great.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is good.
He's actually the one I like the most out of all the ones they've had in the movies.
So something else that's really interesting that came out recently, and I don't know if this is Marvel Studios, being fucky. Well, I guess it's Marvel Studios and Sony Studios, but Tom Holland is going to be confirmed to be, well, he's been seen filming on the set of Venom.
No, so he's
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So far,
I thought it was going to be Tom Hardy.
No, it is.
But Spider-Man.
So back in the day when Sony was like, "Hey, we want to reboot Spider-Man for like the 17th time," they pretty much approached Kevin Feige and they said, "Hey, we want to sort of share some rights so that we can, because Marvel's been blowing it out of the water. Yeah. So hey, if you can give us some assistance with production, we'll let you use his rights and stuff like that, and maybe we get to use like Tony Stark in our movie, like because in Homecoming that was Sony Studios, that wasn't technically Marvel Studios."
Yeah,
okay,
so together though, I think Feige's team helped them write the story.
Yeah. Well, and they wanted to keep kind of the cinematography similar and stuff like that, so it didn't feel like a huge disconnect. So with that, when Sony came out and said they want to do Venom because it's going to be an R-rated film, they did not know how that was going to mash over with Kevin Feige. Originally, Kevin Feige was like, no, this Venom movie is going to have nothing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, at all. And just recently, like I said, they've been seeing Tom Holland, which is Spider-Man, appearing on the set of Venom. So, are they going to actually connect Venom into the MCU?
It seemed like they weren't in the trailer, which I did not like. I thought that trailer was pretty shitty.
I don't know. I
didn't like it. I didn't like the special effects for Venom. I thought it was really low class.
Well,
like it was not.
You gotta realize though. I think the budget for that movie is like $27 million. So they're not taking huge.
Well, it's like the first teaser trailer. It's not fully fleshed out yet.
Well, I'll
give it a chance to see the next trailer. And see how
well, there's been 2 trailers out. Have you seen the second one that actually shows him turning into Venom?
Yeah, at the end. Okay. Yeah, that looked bad to me. I don't know. I didn't think it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the design is right. It's just
I haven't seen it.
Looks pretty, the CGI itself looks pretty bad.
I'm gonna look at it while you guys are talking.
I'll pull up because you're not gonna be able to hear the audio, but I'll show you the last part where it shows him.
His face opening.
Technically, it was his face closing.
Yeah, it's his face. The Venom face encompassing his face. Also, they pushed the second Disney bought Fox. They pushed back the New Mutants movie. Was supposed to come out on my birthday, April 16th, and they pushed it back to next year. So,
all right, here we go.
I mean, it was coming out so soon, and they pushed it back a whole year. I think they're gonna try to add that into the Marvel universe too, and I think that's why they're pushing back all these X-Men movie stuff.
So did you see it?
Yeah, that looks amazing, though. I gotta say.
Hold on, let me focus on you.
Oh, he's so fucking hot. Tom.
Yeah, I just don't think the special effects. The outfit looks cool. Like the design of it looks cool. I just don't think the special effect. I think the CGI looks weak there. But like I said,
oh my God.
It does. It looks a little bit reminiscent of Spawn.
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
that movie?
It looks about 10 years old, but like I said, this is pre-production teaser trailer material, so it's not like it's the final fleshed out.
Well, and it's also not Marvel Studios. It is Sony.
It's not Marvel Studios. So. Well, if we're seeing Tom Holland show up there, that could be an indication that Marvel is now involved, and it might be trying to might stick their fingers in and help them out and make things look a little better.
Well, so the thing is that technically that decision is entirely Sony Studios.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who own the property rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I think Sony is a franchise killer. And
but
suck.
Yeah, but
so I think it might be like, oh, you know what, we probably do.
Yeah, I think at a certain point, Kevin Feige might be like if that sucks so much, Kevin Feige could just come and be like, hey, we have a lot of film to trim for Avengers 4, and we might just kill Spider-Man off. I don't know how that's going to work with your studios, but
somebody named Spider-Man just subscribed to my channel. Talk about it.
I said, hey, Spidey.
Yeah, hey, Spidey, if you're watching, and you subscribe to my channel. Peter Parker himself. Oh, I just daxed his ass.
So let's talk about a couple of choices.
Okay.
So they did not show the destruction of Xandar.
No.
Do you think that was a good choice? That they just kind of skipped that?
I think that's being saved. I think they're going to make a Nova movie, a Nova Corps movie, and I think they will show that in that as like a flashback.
Okay.
I'm thinking this is going to lead to the formation of Nova, the superhero, as being the lead of the Nova Corps, and they'll show how this led to that.
I didn't think it was a bad choice to just come off right. Well, sort of, and I guess I want to address that too. Coming off sort of right off the end of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because you saw his ship sort of descend down.
Yeah.
And they're just
led right into it.
But now here's the question. So obviously Heimdall's dead, and we understand that, but we didn't see Valkyrie at all.
No, good point.
Valkyrie? Wasn't that the black chick?
The female she was on Asgardian.
Thor said half his people were gone, but
sorry, you're talking about in Avengers. She was in Ragnarok.
Yeah, and she was on the
ship.
She was on the ship
when they left, so she should have been on the ship at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah. So did she take an escape pod with the blue rock guy from Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah. That guy was missing too.
Oh yeah.
So another interesting thing, or did she just not like, hey, I'm good. I did my one movie and I'm good. And so they just hope we all forget.
What Red Guy just said, they just gonna reverse all the deaths with the time stone in the next movie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Somebody's gonna get the Infinity Gauntlet in their
There's a whole bunch of ways you can actually do this. So if you have the Reality Stone, you can go to a reality where just the other half of the Avengers died, and then pull them over to your reality, and then booms, new team.
Oh, yeah.
But you also
you don't think they're gonna go the route of the comics at all?
I don't know. I think
like taking the fight to Thanos.
I don't know. To be quite honest,
I feel like Adam Warlock's gonna get awoken, and then they're gonna team up with him, and they're gonna come up with a plan to go take Thanos.
There's so many things. Number one, that they have changed. Like they haven't even brought Death in. The only incarnation of Death they've done.
I don't think they're going to. That's why they changed his motivation.
Yeah.
Because in the comic, I was telling Aimee at the beginning, his motivation is to grab the attention of Death.
Right? By the way, have you noticed that like we're starting to make all these movies where these supervillains are like eco-terrorists?
Yeah, human. Oh
yeah. No. If you noticed, have you seen Kingsman 1?
Oh my god, I love that movie. But yeah.
But what's her? Or no, what's his reason? Not Kingsman 2, but Kingsman 1. Samuel L. Jackson's thing is he wants to save the universe.
Yeah.
And then boom, same thing with Thanos. I want to save the universe by killing everyone.
They kind of did that with Black Panther, but it was like the dude wanted to share what
save all the oppressed people and stuff like that.
Save all the oppressed people. Save the blacks, really. That was literally what it was.
We have to turn these weapons on our oppressors.
Yeah.
No, I mean, which I was reading something about Black Panther, and they were like, "Man, this is the most woke villain ever."
The most woke villain.
Oh.
And in the end, Black Panther did, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed all the white people. Oh, spoilers, Aimee. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
He killed all the white people.
No,
I know. I don't mind knowing any spoilers. I'm gonna watch the movies anyway.
Yeah, we do need to watch Black Panther.
Not a big deal. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
So you haven't seen Black Panther yet?
I haven't seen Guardians 2. I haven't seen Black Panther. I just saw Ant-Man. Why wasn't Ant-Man in this one, by the way?
They gave because they're doing Ant-Man and the Wasp in like.
Oh, that's the only reason,
that's
though.
Why. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It probably conflicted because they were filming the other movie at the same time.
Yeah.
What you got to imagine if they go along the same timeline, you would have to address like all the Infinity War stuff in that movie, and they're not going to do that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
but they explained it in the movie. They said that they were watching over their family or something like that. And
no, that he was on house arrest.
Same thing with no, they said it in Infinity War. They said it.
Yeah, that Ant-Man was on house arrest. That's why he wasn't there.
I don't remember him saying that.
Well, yeah, they said he got in some trouble with the login and he's on house arrest.
They said Hawkeye was with his family or something.
Yeah, Hawkeye is.
Yeah.
So they're obviously gonna
they're all on the cast for the next movie, so they're gonna be in the second part.
Well, so you gotta think they're gonna do the Ronin sort of character type for Hawkeye anyway. So I think what we're gonna see. I think what we're going to see is when we get into Hawkeye's character, we're going to see that his wife and his children turn to dust as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure something like that happened with Ant-Man too that brings him in. Maybe his daughter disappears or something.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, that could happen.
You got to think like half these people.
That might be the post-credit scene for Ant-Man and Wasp.
Well, the other part too is if they went into the quantum realm during this movie, during the finger snap, they wouldn't really be subjected to the effects.
I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure how.
So what if they come out of the realm and then all of a sudden, booms,
everything's gone. People are gone.
Like, everything's messed up. Hey, what's her name? Cassie Lang is like ashes on the floor or something like that. Like
nuts.
Yeah.
And
my wife is like staring at me like, oh my God, how are you saying all these horrible things?
How do you feel? Then the Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, so that might not tie in.
Well, she's too busy killing all the Skrulls and the Kree and stuff like that.
Yeah. She gets her powers from the Kree, so I'm gonna see. I don't know how they're gonna do the story because originally she got her powers with Captain Marvel.
Well, she got her powers from Marvel.
Yeah, it was tied with Marvel, so I don't know how they're going to do that since he's not a character in the universe. So I'm guessing they're going to give her his origin, probably, like meld their origins together. She's still going to be an Air Force pilot and shit. But...
Yeah, because they've shown set photos of her like in planes and stuff like that. So
yeah, the movie poster has jets in the background, and she's on a carrier or something, like walking into the foreground.
By the way, did you? Kevin Feige also released a thing because I think a lot of us are like, man, when are these comic book movies going to end? And they were talking about like, so how much effort, are you putting into like Avengers 4 and stuff like that? And he's like, oh man, I'm already thinking about Avengers 5. Like it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And they're like, how far out are you thinking right now? And he's like, right now? He's like, I'm thinking out till like 2025. Other guys are thinking, 2030. And it's just like, Jesus.
I heard them say that they have enough material for 2040.
Oh, they probably do.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that they had enough materials to 2040. I'm sure a lot of this by saying they have enough material means like brainstorming sessions, not at the point where they have it all plotted out, but I'm sure they have like notes detailing basically the basic outline for the next 20 years of movies.
I mean, are we gonna see like Young Avengers, and then also with this whole Fox, Disney, CNN and like deal and all that stuff, like Marvel's going to get back likely access to the X-Men, Fantastic Four.
That's what I'm hoping is for the next wave of movies, is they're going to bring in X-Men and Fantastic Four. And that maybe will lead to Avengers versus X-Men, because that was a huge storyline too. So that's a big possibility.
I think X-Men can't do it right.
Yeah, it could be done right. If Marvel does it 100%, it could be done right.
I don't know. I'm skeptical on that one.
No way. Marvel will totally do it. They'll also do Fantastic Four, right? Marvel is not failing. There's what movie is bad that they've come out with,
Age of Ultron is still not a bad movie, but I mean, like it was
entertaining regardless.
It was what? Yeah,
it was entertaining regardless. It's a fun movie. It's just the worst of them all. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but even the worst of them all is better than like most.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Iron Man 2 and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I think.
And then Thor 2 are probably the worst 3 movies, and they're still all really entertaining.
Yeah. Regardless, I have fun watching all those movies. Like I said, even the worst one, I have fun watching. So
Age of Ultron was which one?
That was the second Avengers.
That was the robot.
Okay, I need to watch.
The robot played by James Spader from The Blacklist.
That was something that kind of disappointed me about Black Panther, was taking out Claw so easy. I was like, really? That's it? That's the end of Claw? Like, they souped him up from Avengers, the second movie, and then they brought him in Black Panther. I thought he was going to become the villain like he is in the movies. I'm in the comics, and then they shat on him like halfway through the movie.
I think having the actual villain be not so much this big, fantastic, weird thing, and just sort of this family dictator.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I think that was such a much better choice.
I don't think so. I wanted to see Claw be who he is in the comics, which might still happen because he does die in the comics and come back as a being made of sonic energy. So that might be a possibility for like a sequel or something.
I don't know. I think Black Panther was done well.
He mixes with vibranium and becomes this being of sonic.
Plus, well, what's the other thing too? So you got to think motives, and you got to think like what Marvel's trying to do and make these movies better than like DC movies and stuff like that. Like, what would be
try?
But I mean, yeah, they don't have to try; they just do.
They just do. Yeah, just a normal fucking. Like I mean, I said, even the worst Marvel movie is better than the best.
DC will never catch up to like how amazing Marvel movies are.
They had Wonder Woman. They had Wonder Woman. That was the one breakout.
That was the most decent one, yeah.
Which was hilarious because I remember people were freaking out. They're like, "I'm gonna boycott this," because like their entire production staff was all women and like their writers were women and stuff like that. And it was like, it's like almost a testament to what people are saying, because it's like actually like women can make a decent
movie. They actually
the only decent DC movie.
So Wonder Woman is worth watching. What about Batman versus Superman?
No, don't watch it.
No,
it's
not good. Watch the director's cut, but it's still like just an okay movie.
I don't even think it's okay.
I think
it's terrible.
The theater cut was terrible. Like you're just lost, and the movie just seems like they smashed everything into a fucking box with a hammer.
And Justice League is fucking terrible.
See, that really kills me.
I couldn't even pay attention for Justice League. I kept losing interest while watching it.
I've always been DC over Marvel, but like the movies are definitely changing my mind because DC's done such a shit job.
Here's the other part too. How do you fuck up Suicide Squad?
Yeah, right. I didn't watch that either.
Oh,
Harley Quinn is like my fucking favorite. And so is the Joker. So I was pretty fucking choked to hear that it sucked. And a lot of people said it sucked. It was the overwhelming response that I got.
Yeah. No,
I don't know if you know this, but like if you are really analytical with like movies and how they're filmed, the movie has like half scenes. It doesn't even have full scenes. It's really shitty. But I found out the reason for that is that Sony hired, like the movie was fully edited by a regular movie editing company. And I guess they wanted to make it different, so they hired the company that edited the trailer to edit the movie. So it's a trailer editing company.
Oh my god!
Editing the fucking movie. And that's why there's like half scenes in the movie. Like some of the parts seem like a music video. And you're like, what's going on here?
Here's the other issue with DC Studios, is that they have a love fest with Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
and Zack Snyder is not good.
Who is that guy?
I like Zack Snyder as a director. I don't like him when it comes to like writing and making stories and stuff like that.
Have you seen Sucker Punch?
Yeah, that's
I love that movie.
But see, I hate that movie.
That movie's horrible.
The movie looks great, and
that's why I like it.
But
I don't think the plot was good.
Fucking bullshit. Yeah, the writing is fucking horrendous.
Well,
that's where I don't like Zack Snyder. I don't think he should write. He should. It's like when comic book artists start writing and it's real shitty. It's like, no, you just draw. Like you don't write. Some can do both, but you can't.
So that movie, Sucker Punch, I agree. The only reason I really liked it was because it was visually very appealing, and I was high as fuck when I watched it.
Yeah, but how do you take a movie with hot chicks, ninjas, robots, guns, Nazis, and make it suck?
By writing a shitty story.
Yeah, well, and the other part too,
he wrote it himself, so that shows that he can't write.
The way J.J. Abrams uses screen flare, that is Zack Snyder with slow motion.
Oh yeah,
but like times 10. It's his go-to. It's like the explosions of Michael Bay. But the thing is that like slow motion, after a while, it's just so dog shit.
The other thing I really dislike about the DC movies is their filter. They make everything dark. Wonder Woman was all yellow, and it's like, why are you using all these filters? Stop that. You know, you see Marvel movies are all colorful, and the filters fit the scene. It's not the whole movie. You know what I'm saying?
so dark.
Yeah, that's where
you're not part of the DC universe.
I've told this to Aimee before, and my serious issue with DC is that they're not even focused on making a decent film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to do all these things at once, and it's like, yo, just don't worry about making any other movies or sequels or franchises. Just make one fucking solid film. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like they're being distracted by all these other things about trying to make it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Green Lantern. That movie was over CG animated, and it looked so fucking awful. But I couldn't even pay attention to what was happening because it was just, there was so much happening visually that my brain was just like, whoa.
But it gave us great jokes for Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, right. Same guy. Oh my god, that fucking movie is gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
2, and then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we got Captain Marvel. Before the next Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Those are 3
Ant-Man and Wasp is gonna be great. It looks
that new trailer looks awesome.
Oh, did you guys see the trailer dropped yesterday?
Yeah,
we just watched it today.
I showed it to her earlier. We watched it together.
She just seems a lot more just into this. Like when she's just kicking everyone's ass, like
Wasp.
Oh man, what's up? Yeah,
Wasp. Yeah.
Like Scott Lang's talking,
fight, right? Because she's the one who trained him how to fight. So.
Yeah, well, like Scott Lang's talking to Dr. Pym, and it's like I don't know if this is right before she just kicks some ass or she's about to kick some ass, but he's just like, man, she's like so much more intense.
Yeah, yeah, she whoops ass. She's been training to be the Wasp basically her whole life, and it's like, but her dad wouldn't let her, and now she finally let her. So now she's.
I'm gonna go over. You go under. I'm the one with the wings, you idiot. Why am I going under? I'm the one with the wings. Oh, like I said, it's just Marvel knows how to mix comedy, action, all that stuff just perfectly, 100%.
Red guy saying Captain Marvel's going to be the first horrible Marvel movie, and it's all going to go downhill from there. He's saying,
might be. Who knows?
Everybody was saying that about Doctor Strange, though, and then Doctor Strange kicked ass.
Yeah.
I think Thor may be my new all-time favorite superhero. Fuck Batman. Like, I love Batman.
The top 3 Avengers are always my favorite, like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. Those are always.
I'm just going, oh my god, something we haven't even talked about. What? Iron Man Bleeding Edge.
What's that? What?
That's the type of armor he has in the new one. It's all nanobots that are stored inside his body.
Yeah, that was such a payoff
and
shit, and like fucking attacking Thanos when he was attacking Thanos with it. That scene was great.
Oh yeah, when he's just making all these weapons
Strange versus Thanos. How fucking cool is that?
I love Doctor Strange. That was awesome
because like the Doctor Strange movie was like his origin, so we didn't really get to see him use his powers like to their full potential and shit.
Well, because he didn't know how to use them.
Yeah, he didn't know how to use it, but by this point now he is like truly the Sorcerer Supreme, and he knows how to use his abilities. It looked really cool. They had all the different spells from the comics too. I was very excited.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I'm so glad they picked him.
Benedict Cumbersnatch.
I wish I was getting royalties, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, it's all your likeness,
No, what's funny is you forget like half of these actors have accents. So when you watch like panels with them and stuff like that, you're like, wait. All these dudes are fucking British or Australian. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, a lot of them are. The red guy said because her suit looked terrible and her face looked like diarrhea. I don't think her suit looks horrible. They were coming out with like pictures people were taking while they were filming it, and it's like, yeah, of course the costumes look horrible in pre-production. Like
they haven't put any After Effects on it.
Yeah, that's what they do to all the costumes. They all look shitty in pre-production.
Well, no, most of the costumes, like from the shots on Infinity War, were like mocap and stuff like that, and you can't even tell at the end.
No, the special effects are totally on point in this movie. I mean, Thanos looked great the whole time, right? He's completely CGI.
Well, he's not CGI. He's mocap. So I mean, I guess it's sort of CGI, yeah. But I mean,
it's a tool for it.
Yeah,
use a different tool.
I don't think her suit looks that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad either.
It's not the red and blue one, but whatever.
The movie poster, it looks good. It is the red and blue one in the movie poster.
They just showed. She should get a new face.
It's green. It makes sense. It's green because they're using green screen on it, probably.
Oh, okay. That does make sense. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Okay. Yeah, because everybody was like, "Why is your costume green?" I'm like, "It's probably because it's pre-production. They're going to use it to."
Yeah, they're going to put some effects on it or something.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of scenes where she's flowing energy and shit like that. She's that kind of character. She absorbs She absorbs and redistributes energy. So. Part of her ability.
I'm really excited to see that. As soon as I saw that page, I was like, "Oh, freaked out. I was pretty stoked."
My roommate's in the kitchen. He's like, "Damn, I can hear her all the way from here, yo."
I'm a steamroller.
You steamroll everyone. So steamrolled my roommate. He's not even in this room.
So the going back to the death predictions in Avengers 4. So Marvel has said before that they really want to develop all these characters and give them a good arc and stuff like that. From Iron Man, we have literally seen him going from building, a piece of shitty armor in a cave to bleeding edge. Like, so what exactly do you show in Avengers 4?
And very humanizing, right? Because he's gone from like just some playboy.
Yeah, to actually caring and stuff like that.
Having anxiety attacks and worrying about.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. How much PTSD after he like flies home in Nebula's ship after this? How much PTSD does he have?
How much worse is it gonna get? Right? In Iron Man 3, he was fucking having anxiety attacks and shit. It's gotta get.
Oh, you're talking about Stark now?
Yeah.
Dude, he's never gonna sleep, and I'm pretty sure that Pepper Potts isn't marrying him either. So he's gonna have a bit of a rough go.
But we don't even know if Pepper Potts still lives. So,
we don't even know if she's alive.
She could have been one of the half that disappeared. Like, we don't even know.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So my point is like, what can you really do with that character anymore? Like for the cool suit up moments that everyone loves.
Are you thinking they're going to replace him with Riri?
I don't know. They might do.
I'm hoping.
To be quite honest, with Iron Spider, you can kind of just leave that.
Spider-Man be the new Iron Man, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Because he's the smart techie guy.
How fucking awesome were all the techniques he was using with that outfit and to save people and stuff like.
Oh, you're talking about Iron Spider?
Yeah, Spider-Man was awesome in this movie.
Who the fuck's Riri, man?
Riri is a black girl who becomes Iron Man in the comics after.
What?
Yeah. I told you all the characters in Marvel Comics have.
Well, this all goes into New Avengers territory.
Yeah. Into the new style, but that's ending, so I don't know what they're going to do after that. They said they're going to end all that.
But either way, so we've seen pretty much Iron Man, and we've seen literally the best armor that he ever makes, like the extremist bleeding armor.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think they're going to kill him off. There's nothing really developed that character. We've seen Captain America go from this nothing who wanted to be a soldier to being like the best soldier. To then being a guy who decided he hated the government and went underground and stuff like that, and grew a beard. What else can we really do with his character? There's not much.
America again. Oh man, but they gotta keep making Captain America movies. They're the best ones.
No, well
I love Captain America movies. They're so good.
Well, here's the thing. Can we have Bucky step up like he did in the comics and become the new Captain America?
Maybe, or it could be Falcon.
Yes, either or.
Could be either or.
So that's why I said that. I think from a writing perspective, you've done all you can with the character,
also,
and there's a lot more to explore.
Rhodey, who becomes Iron Man too, because that happened in the comics for a while. Most of the '80s, Rhodey was Iron Man.
Yeah.
After when came out, Tony was an alcoholic, and they didn't let him be Iron Man anymore. And then Rhodey took over. So they. And
then not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow is going to get her own movie. So. Unless it's going to be a prequel,
really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's getting her own movie. So unless it becomes a prequel, which I actually think would probably be better than it, and they could still kill her off in Avengers 2, because then you could bring back Hawkeye when they're both kids going through CIA camp and stuff like that. And, be like some sort of love story or something. I don't know.
I think they might kill off Hawkeye.
Now
he's useless. Why do we need him?
One, he's useless. Two, they put the whole family in there, and it kind of seems like they're insinuating he's not going to be in it anymore.
Well, no. So I mean, like I said, there's the whole Ronin character that hasn't been explored at all.
Why would they put Hawkeye? Why would they give Hawkeye a family? He doesn't have a family in the comics. It was kind of like a useless.
Well,
thing.
what if the reason he turns into Ronin is because, like I said, in Avengers 4, he comes back from hunting or chopping some logs. And he just sees his whole family just dead, and he just goes to the dark side.
I don't know. Maybe
that could be a thing.
That could be a thing. Yeah, it could.
So I mean, there's still somewhere to go with that character, and there's a lot of room from the comics to go with that character. So I think that I don't think he's at the end of his arc yet. Hulk.
And then what's gonna happen with Thor? His whole like he said half of his race is gone, but it looked like to me like they were all dead.
Gone. Yeah.
Last Guardian, basically.
I wonder. I think there's still. I think there's some place that you can maneuver with him within the Avengers and within other movies, but I don't.
Are you talking about Thor?
That's what I was saying about him joining Guardians of the Galaxy, at least for one movie. I think.
I just don't think that they're going to use Thor in any other like exclusive Thor movies.
Or maybe just make, or if they do, they might just make Thor a space traveling character, and go to different areas.
Maybe. Well, because now he can use the Bifrost on his own.
Yeah. I mean, in the comics, he's both. The comics, he does shit on Earth, and he does go to other planets and galaxies and stuff like that.
And then, I mean, that's it, right? For the original Avengers.
But I definitely see Thor as being a better character for spacefaring stuff. It works out so well for him, and both Ragnarok and this movie, it just suits him so well.
So they can't really kill the Hulk, right? I mean, it's kind of impossible.
We don't know when the Hulk's gonna stop being a little bitch and come out.
I think he's scared. That's.
I know. I think you're right. I totally forgot about that. He did get his ass beat.
And
why would he want to come back?
Hulk's mentality, he's childlike, and his mentality is he's the strongest there is. And
like I said, I think it's a really easily accessible plot device that lets us see more of Mark Ruffalo and lets him act more.
But it's a plot device which Marvel is good at. They use these little plot devices and turn them into like interesting stories about the character.
I love that he was in the Hulkbuster and he's telling Hulk to like come out.
Yeah, so he's gonna bust right through the Hulkbuster.
Which, by the way, would have been like so funny because that you could have made like a funny thing later with like Tony Stark and he's just seeing like the Hulkbuster just totally blown to shit and he's just like, there's a fucking eject button, man. You didn't have to ruin like $400 billion of equipment.
Or maybe Hulk is wearing it like a fat man in a little suit. Like it's just squeezing him and shit. It's just barely holding on.
Are they going to make a standalone Hulk movie? Because I didn't watch the other two. No. I don't know if they were good. Probably not with Mark Ruffalo.
There's only one that's kind of connected to the MCU. That was one of the first ones, but
it is definitely connected to the MCU.
But I think they kind of just stopped on the Hulk movies. I don't think they're
no, they're not going to do it. Number one, there is already the one with Edward Norton is definitively connected to the MCU. And they reference it all the time. Like Hulk will be like, sorry man, the last time I was in Harlem, like I broke it and stuff like that. And but I think that the reason is that Hulk movies just aren't good, and I think even Marvel understands that they probably wouldn't do so great either, and he just performs way better being like this side character. You can explore. So no,
it worked well. He was really good in both movies, Ragnarok and this one.
I think Ragnarok. You know what, my favorite movie out of all of Marvel changes a lot because after I saw Doctor Strange, I really liked that.
It's like whoever's like in your mind the most recent, right? Like that you've seen.
Yeah, but you know what though?
You're gonna be like, he's my favorite character.
But for me, I think it's more the visual aspect of it because the special effects in Doctor Strange were so fucking impressive. Like really when the room was like turning in on itself or the environment was turning in on itself and like constantly churning out. That must have taken forever, and it looked.
All it was awesome. Inception. They just cut out scenes from Inception, and
it was way better than Inception. Come on.
But I liked how when Thanos got the time gem and used it, it was like you saw that alchemical like symbol come out.
Like
when Doctor Strange uses it, that was pretty cool.
Ragnarok was pretty fucking dope too. But I'm gonna I'll see Guardians 2, and that'll probably be my favorite one too.
Yeah, Guardians 2 is really good.
Because Guardians 1 was fucking awesome.
I'm still Civil War.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier was the best Captain America. Come on.
Winter Soldier is a good name. I like them all. I liked all three Captain America movies. That's my favorite series out of all.
Yeah, I did like all three of them. I agree.
They're like spy thrillers, but with superheroes.
Well, yeah, the Winter Soldier one is the one with the elevator scene, right?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. It was pretty much an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
they're pretty much all in it.
Does anyone want to get out of this before we start? Civil War. Is it?
Yeah, Winter Soldier was the one with Robert Redford where he took over S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Civil War was the one where.
But I mean, he was still Hydra anyway, wasn't he?
Like, yeah. Winter Soldier, because it was all about him finding Bucky. Yeah, but Civil War was the one where it was Bucky and Captain America against Iron Man.
I was sad Bucky died.
Those fights were amazing when them three were fighting. That was
by the way, on a little side note, I do have to leave soon, but if you take Civil War into account, and this is probably one of the reasons why it's like I think my favorite film still to this day. I mean, it really ties kind of with Thor Ragnarok as well, and Infinity War is just a completely different thing, but it's like just as good. But the villain dynamics in Civil War, there wasn't even really like a villain. Like Baron Zemo is just like a guy who was just like, he's like the devil in the back of your ear.
Never even put on his costume. I was dying to see the Baron Zemo costume. I was like, come on, where is it?
But all he did was light a little match here, light a little match there, and he got the Avengers to completely tear themselves apart.
He killed Black Panther's father, the current Black Panther at the time. And that's basically all he did.
Yeah.
And that started the whole thing.
But
I think maybe I'll watch Civil War tonight. I was thinking when I'm watching one.
Have you not seen that one yet?
I have. I just don't remember. I have a shit memory, David. Like
that's because you smoke all the reefers.
I haven't been smoking reefer. Leave me alone.
Oh. And then the thing is, like, now the later movies are starting to, they're crossing over a lot. So Civil War had a lot of Marvel stuff in general.
Wasn't Iron Man was in Civil War, right?
Yeah, it was Iron Man versus Captain America.
Yeah.
And then it was like you got to see Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's in there, Spider-Man for the first time.
Appearance in the MCU, you're like, whoa! So it was like, it wasn't just cool because it was a Captain America movie. It kind of just gave you a bit of everything.
Yeah, it was definitely like, that was like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, basically.
But either way, thanks guys for coming on. Yeah, it was fun.
Man, no problem.
Dude, that movie is so great. I do have to see it again as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching it again soon.
But have a good one, guys.
Dan. It was nice hanging out.
Dan.
David, sorry.
That was funny. But yeah, good movie all around.
Yeah, I think I need to get a little bit more into this and understand the little bit of intricacies and stuff, because I like can't retain all the information. I know there's like certain Easter eggs in certain movies and stuff that connect everything.
Especially in one viewing, like that's why I was like, hey, we gotta watch it again. But
there's
little stuff that there's just so much to remember that's cool that you forget some, like because there's a lot of cool shit that happens in that movie.
Yeah, but it really helps to have someone like you on the team over here so that I can just consult you.
Those creatures that come out when they're protecting Wakanda. Those creatures were nuts.
Yeah, what were those?
I don't know. To me, they look like a race that was infected with the Venom symbiotes, and it was like, oh shit, a bunch of Venoms. But I guess since they didn't want to make it Venom, they just kind of made it look like it. It was pretty good. And who was it that makes them blast up? Banner with the Hulkbuster suit. Remember the one guy, the lizard kind of dude with the axe? He was like holding on to his arm, and then he blasted off the arm. Like a rocket gun, and it shot him into the force field that disintegrated him and shit. That shit was awesome.
Honestly, I'm upset. I kind of want to see it again now.
Yeah, it was really good, man. This is just the fighting scenes are great. The way they killed, like they come up with. It's not like in other movies where you're watching and they just beat somebody by sticking something in them. Like they tend to come up with really interesting ways for people to get to defeat the villains and stuff like that.
Did you watch the 3D version or just standard?
No, just standard. I don't watch.
Yeah, me too. Shit. That shit gives me a headache.
Fuck that shit. 3D shit.
I agree.
I want to see Spider-Man in the 80s. Spider fart. What? Spun good. Sound like good movie story.
This guy said that Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel needs a new face.
Yeah, he said her face is
not a fan.
I don't care. I don't really care about her face. She's normal looking enough, as long as she's not looks like she has like Down syndrome or anything.
That's next.
Down. That's super down. I would save the day. But I think she'll be cool. I'm not sure how they're going to work her whole character and how she gets her powers and shit, but I think she'll be good. I don't see why they'll fail. Like I said, Marvel's hasn't failed yet. They've had some that were worse than others, but even those are good. So I can't see why.
I would be bad.
Yeah, but Alf liked Last Jedi, so yeah. Last Jedi was a fun movie.
I haven't seen any of the Star Wars. That's something I gotta fucking do too, right?
Fun movie. It had a couple of issues, but nothing that really bothered me enough to not like the movie.
Yeah.
And I had fun watching it. I enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot of cool fucking scenes, man.
What is happening over there?
Things are getting tapped. No problem.
Cooking shit? Is he cooking?
You gotta tap the bowls.
Oh.
Get it out.
So what else is happening?
I don't Ant-Man and Wasp. Like that in the trailer, they show him being big a lot. Something I was really excited for and waiting to happen, and now it is. And I'm like,
yeah, him like growing out of the ocean really big and shit is really cool.
He
hey, he can fuck with the quantum realm.
He was like hanging off the side of a car, like as a giant, like trying to make it stop and shit. That shit was funny.
He can fuck with the quantum realm, can't he?
He hasn't yet. I mean, in the comics, he could turn so small he enters a microverse. And it's like a whole other universe where he meets beings and stuff.
Yeah, but you remember in the first Ant-Man?
Yeah, but he never got to explore. He just went there and then came back.
Yeah, he went there and fucking
discover anything there.
I wonder if that'll be...
he could get even smaller than that, you know, because it didn't, you know, it kind of looked like a whole universe, right? It's like a cosmic thing he was in. But he didn't get to really explore or find any beings or anything. So we'll see if they go into that eventually.
That'll be really fun. That'd be a really cool angle in Avengers too, if he's actually able to manipulate the quantum world, because that might have some implications too.
But I don't know if they're gonna go into it. But you know, like Wasp's mom is in the quantum realm, so I don't know if they're gonna stage some sort of
where they
go there to try to bring her back. You know.
Oh yeah, from the first movie, they told the story. Right.
She disappeared. She went into the quantum realm, and they never found her again. She never disappeared.
She disappeared.
And it's been like 30 years or something, you know, like so who knows if they're gonna go into a plot line where they go there to get her back. I would think so. It's open for it, right? So why not? But they have like a regular villain in this, which is Ghost, so I think that they're just gonna focus on that for this movie. It's gonna be stopping Ghost.
It took me a while to realize that Kingsman 1 and 2 were part of the Marvel universe too.
No, they're not.
They kind of are, aren't they?
No, I think that's Image Comics that releases those.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not Marvel. Pretty sure it's not Marvel.
Was the Council not in the movie, the Avengers movie?
No.
Oh, I'm fucking getting confused then.
You confuse them.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I think I was actually thinking of watching the first Thor today, but I think I'm gonna watch Civil War instead. Netflix does this gay shit where they'll randomly pull movies off. So the only Marvel options I have right now, I have all 3 Captain Americas. I guess those are pretty popular. So there's Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange. I'm not gonna watch Volume 2 of Guardians because I'm gonna watch that with you guys.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Thor, Captain America, The Amazing Spider-Man. Which one was The Amazing Spider-Man? Was that the Tobey Maguire one? Or was that the newer one before Homecoming?
Spider-Man was the ones before Homecoming.
Okay.
But you don't need to see those. Those aren't part of the MCU.
No, they're pretty gay.
I like them better than the original. I like them in the order they came out. Like, I liked Amazing Spider-Man more than the original Spider-Man movies, and I liked Homecoming more than the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Did you like the newest Logan?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Dude, that movie was fucking awesome. It was so adult. I like how they had the little girl in there, like his daughter or whatever, but she was such a fucking badass. Like, she was killing people, and there's like gore and blood and everything.
I think Marvel's gonna redo all of the X-Men universe, but keep Deadpool. And I think that the Deadpool movies alone are going to be part of the MCU, but like they were part of the Sony X-Men, Fox X-Men universe, but I don't think they're going to continue to be. I think Marvel's just going to say, what Fox X-Men movies, and just make them add the Daredevil movies into theirs, because it doesn't really, like, if you look at it, you can see that it doesn't really conflict or anything. So, and you could always play off whatever Deadpool says in connection to the X-Men Fox movies. You can always play that off with, oh, he's crazy and says all types of things. And he lives outside the universe, right? Like, he breaks the fourth wall all the time, mentions shit from our life, you know, instead of like from their life.
Have you seen
he mentions the shitty Wolverine movie where he played Deadpool in the Deadpool movie. So
yeah, I like how he makes a joke.
He
makes a Green Hornet joke this time, doesn't? Yeah, Green Lantern joke this time too, doesn't he? They showed it in the trailer.
So I like that they can always play it off as that too, and it'll blend into the MCU pretty easily. So, and then I think they're just going to redo the X-Men and bring back the Fantastic Four. There was a New Mutants movie coming out that was supposed to come out last month, but it got pushed back a year. So I think that's one of the main reasons it got pushed back.
A year?
Yeah, that's a big, from like 2 months before it comes out, they pushed it back a year. It was supposed to come out on my birthday, and it was that date was there until like 2 months before, and they pushed it back an entire year. So I'm thinking maybe more than a year because they just said 2019. They didn't even say the month. So I think they pushed it back for that reason because Disney just bought Fox. So I think they're gonna maybe change the movie and figure out ways to tie it into the Marvel universe and what they plan on doing with the X-Men to bring them into the Marvel universe or introduce them. So they tried introducing the Inhumans as a way to supplant the X-Men because they didn't have the X-Men, but that failed really bad. So yeah, that show bombed.
Gay.
So
are you watching any of the Marvel shows?
I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I totally missed the entire last season that came out. So
is it still going?
Yeah. The last season just ended, I think, maybe 2 months ago. So I got to catch up on that.
That's like loosely tied to the Avengers, right? It's more.
Yeah, it's in the same universe, but it's not totally tied. The events that happen are mentioned in it, but they never really cross paths. But they do.
Okay.
Like Sith was in it. Lady Sith from the Thor movies. She was in like 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay.
So they do, things, and when they'll talk about like the invasion of New York. They talk about when Shield got taken over by Hydra. That happens in the show too. So when that Captain America movie came out, where where Hydra took over, that was happening in the show as well, on a different level.
Okay.
So it does tie in, but it's not like you never really see the characters. Big characters from the movies appear in it, like you won't see Iron Man in it or Captain America or anything.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool if they did and just have them like in the background somewhere, like maybe they're fighting or something, and you see Iron Man flying in the background, like going somewhere. Like,
yeah, but that would probably mean spending more money, right, to pay those actors.
But it would be cool.
I definitely agree. Why don't they could just CGI them in though? Right? If it's distant shit, yeah, they totally should do that.
Yeah, if that's really distant, it wouldn't even take up much time.
Exactly. Okay, so after we watch our movies next time, we should just do a stream after.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think. Okay, that's cool. But I think I'm gonna eat now. I'm gonna have some dinner. What you gonna do?
Probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the time, and then we'll figure something out.
There's still a lot of movies we gotta watch. We should do these more often. We should watch a movie and then stream.
Yeah, I would love that because I think it'd be an easier way to.
I still want to get you to watch Clockwork Orange and Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I was going to say we need to watch Night of the Living Dead.
I got you to watch Suspiria though.
That was fucking awesome. I really love that barbed wire room. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that's always stuck in my head. I'm like, that's the most insane thing in the world. Who the fuck has barbed wire fences?
Guess what? Vegan Gains is streaming with Ask Yourself tomorrow. That'll be a fucking shit show.
Oh God, for what?
Probably Devin's Fisher brain dead video because they're done.
They're gonna debunk it. The 2 hours streaming of evidence that fish have fucking brains.
What was that fucking website that he gave us yesterday? The veganagenda.org or whatever it was.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I'm gonna send it to you. Somebody made it for Devin. Hold on.
Oh, it's like a website somebody made for him?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. You give me 1 second. There it is.
That's weird.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it in the chat. There you go. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Red guy. Okay, red guy. Rabbit. Do you see it in the stream chat?
Okay, I clicked it. Oh yeah, it's the vegan agenda. Debate me, bro. You can't defend your position.
You're pro-Holocaust. Get the fuck out of here.
Humans are no different.
I love it. Are you morally prepared to grapple with the dietary considerations of the imminent alien invasion?
Hashtag brain dead. Fucking genius. Funny shit. I like the shirts. The shirts are cool. I might get.
Apparently, he's making AIU or brain dead shirts. That fucking twat.
That's so fucking retarded.
So that from the from the Ask Yourself Discord, like that guy is, I don't know, he's just gross to me.
It's just gross to me.
He's just gross, man. He's so rude. He doesn't know how to talk to people. He's like, I bet you I have a higher IQ than you. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't care if you had a way higher IQ than me. I'm just happy that I can respect people and talk to them properly.
Yeah.
Like,
Red guy says, I feel like I invented the alien invasion thing with the vegans. Oh, God. It's such a stupid question. And then it's like, how do you know what's moral to them? They're their own species. Like, you're thinking from their perspective. You're thinking from your own perspective by saying, oh, of course it's not moral. And it's like, well, yeah, but that's your perspective, not theirs.
It's a human perspective.
If they're so advanced and want to eat us, then maybe there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? They're so advanced that if they are eating people, there's definitely going to be something to it. They've thought about it and know why they're doing it. Maybe there's some sort of benefit to it.
But at bottom, I mean, morals are a human thing. Nature doesn't give a fuck about your morals. Do you think nature is pining and whining when a fucking gazelle gets his throat fucking choked out by the teeth of a lion? I don't think so.
You know what would happen if aliens came down and wanted to eat people? I would volunteer to cook people for them. I'd be like, yo, I got the best recipes for humans, man. Let me tell you, you got human steaks, human fucking lechon.
Hashtag guinea pig argument.
Fucking
humans and guinea pigs. Get your humans and guinea pigs.
Yeah, can you get the door? Let's go. But yeah, humans and lo mein, that'd be good with soy sauce.
Yes.
Yes. You know you'd eat it if I put it in front of you and I made it. I'd be like, here.
I don't know if I would. I wouldn't be opposed to trying, right? But it would be so weird. Have you ever? I was just gonna say, have you ever tried human flesh?
No comment. I will not implicate myself. No, I've never eaten it. But the way I see it is that it's meat, right? If you eat one meat, why wouldn't you eat another meat? It just doesn't make any sense to. It makes sense to be like, I'm not eating a person because we're the same species. But I mean, when you break it down, it's like, well, if it's there, you got the meat in front of you. You didn't have to kill anybody. The person's already dead. You not eating it is not going to make that person come back to life, you know? Like, so why not at that point?
Someone just sent me like a clip out of an article. Let me read this quickly. The implications for cognitive health are huge. There's a clear but underappreciated link between meat and the mind, says Charlotte Newman, a pediatrician at the University of California, Los Angeles, who has studied meat eating in Africa and India for the past 3 decades. Deficiencies in the micronutrients found in meat have been linked with brain-related disorders, including low IQ, autism, depression, and dementia. Iron is crucial for the growth and branching of neurons while in the womb.
Iron is necessary.
Zinc is found in high concentrations in the hippocampus, a crucial region for learning and memory. Vitamin B12 maintains the sheaths that protect nerves, and omega-3 fatty acids such as oh my God, ready for this?
Yeah.
Docosahexaenoic acid help to keep neurons alive and to regulate inflammation. Wow. So Newman began a trial in Kenya. Her team selected 12 schools with children 6 to 14 and gave some of the children mid-morning snacks. Schools were divided into 4 groups. The control group was not given a snack, whereas the other 3 received variations on githeri, a traditional porridge that consists of maize, beans, and greens. One group received a basic version, the second received the basic githeri with a glass of milk, and the third had meat added. All githeri were balanced to contain the same amount of calories. The study continued for more than 2 years and spanned 2 cohorts, the first with 525 students and the second with 375. The students' physical health and classroom performance were measured every 3 to 6 months. Compared with the other groups, students in the meat group had greater muscle mass and fewer health problems, and even showed greater leadership in the playground. Cognitive performance was stronger too. The meat group outperformed other groups in math and language subjects. Isn't that interesting? There really is something. There really is something to that, and this is a nature.
Oh, that's why we have to take supplements to make up for the stuff they're missing from meat, because our bodies still need meat. I don't know. You think what would happen? You think over long periods of time if humans did that? You know, if they just use supplements to.
I feel like our brains would shrink.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
won't be enough.
I think eating meat has been an integral part of exponential brain growth.
Yeah, probably.
So over time, if we reduced our meat intake, I don't know if plant protein is synthesized the same as meat protein. I just don't know. I would have to find something that says it is.
But well, then vitro meats could cover all that. Well, it is missing fats though, but you can put the fats back in it.
Yeah, if you're breeding it, or if you're breeding it based on genetics, it would breed with the fats and stuff, right? I have no problem with in vitro meat at all.
I think that's probably the next step, and I don't
know.
But
at the same time, like if there's in vitro meat, we would just stop breeding the animals we breed for food anyway, and then we wouldn't have to, like.
And then what do we do with those animals?
I don't know. Let them die off and then eat them once they're fucking old.
Yeah, I guess so. What other way can it go?
Yeah,
it's weird, right? Like I always wonder that too. What do vegans want to do with all the animals that are still left? Like we've got millions and billions of cows.
Let's build all the animals sanctuaries.
Just let them go in the wild. Of cows being let go to the wild in an area.
They'll get eaten.
Yeah, they'll get
by another fucking animal.
What are they going to do in some areas where there's not enough food for them to survive? Like when they were only surviving there because humans were feeding them all the time, Like, well, what are they going to do do? And then,
who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Show them how the other we eat the vegans.
It's crazy.
The other side of the coin is.
Is he saying we should eat the vegans?
Yeah.
You know how long
that would end it all right now, right? Yeah, we'll shut them up once and for all. We'll eat them.
Oh my god.
They try to do that whole thing about eating humans with me, and I'm like, yeah, I think we're wasting people by burying them and putting them in a furnace, and cremating them is a waste of fucking meat. It's like starving kids in Africa. Like we can feed them dead people. Make dead people pate.
Yeah.
Why not, right? I mean, it would feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting them on old traditions like burying them and cremating them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, why the fuck not, right?
Yeah, people starve. My only thing that I see with like eating humans is that I feel like there might be some people who might like the idea of killing humans to eat them.
Oh, okay. Like they might enjoy it too much.
Yeah, maybe.
If I ever got in a survival situation,
I mean, people still hunt when they don't have to, right?
Like a grass-fed cow.
But that's usually so that they have food to last for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I was thinking people hunt other people anyway. Now, like,
yeah, but not usually for food.
No, for fun.
Okay.
Like people will be like, yeah, I'm gonna kill people and eat them as fresh as I can, like maybe cutting them up.
Oh no. There's got to be some weird reaction, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be. But yeah, if you're gonna do it to like stop starvation, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not actually killing people to feed people to other people.
Especially since we have
but a lot of people are getting killed when they're fit and probably have very great potentials for food of being food. All right.
Oh my God, I hear them having fun over there. Go enjoy your friends. We'll catch up tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy your dinner and I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
But like we should do it. Top 10 vegan recipes.